Hey guys, this is Farmer Bob. Welcome back, guys, to episode number 4 on our FS19 to FS22 map conversion series. And a warm welcome to you. If you're just joining now, please do remember to watch the other 3 videos to get up to speed of where we are and what we're doing. We are converting one of my favorite maps, also my very first map. It's Nevada, South Africa, and we are converting that to FS22 and taking everyone along for the ride. If you are interested in knowing how to convert a map, the series is definitely for you. Just get stuck in with us and join us in the fun. I hope you enjoy it. Good man. If you haven't subscribed before, please do remember to click that subscribe. Just also the bell and the notifications and everything, so you can join us in all our next videos coming out and just be part of this the amazing things that happen on my channel. So good man. All right, so we left the video last time where everything was in the air because of a difference in terrain height, or not terrain height, but actually the terrain height scale was wrong between the 2 maps, and that is something very serious. You're supposed to check it out before you start, and I actually totally forgot about it, but it's good to have a reminder now and then of things that you tend to forget. Good. All right, and then also you will notice that I've done a bit of terrain editing here, just to play around a bit and change the terrain up a bit, because it was all flat here on the bottom, so I felt, let me make it a little bit more realistic, because you don't really get flat earth like this, And to start off on this episode, we're going to have a quick look at how to use the slope tool. They've introduced a new tool in the editor. It's the slope tool, or whatever you want to call it. I just call it the slope tool, but there is a way that you can use that to actually build slopes now, and I've used it to build this. It's not very effective, but it is nice to have a tool like that available to edit terrain a bit easier. So we're going to take this straight edge here and just slope it down, or actually from this height here down towards the edge of the map. So I'm going to lower the edge of the map first, and what I want to do at this point is just grab this edge of the map, the height data of that, and in order to do that we need to go to the sculpt mode first, and then you'll see my right mouse button is subtract at the moment, but what I first want to do is just press Ctrl and R, but keep your eye on the replace value here, Ctrl and R, just to get the height. So this height is exactly 100. Okay, so we know that now. So let us slope it down to if it's 100, let's slope it down to say 75 maybe. 75 will be quite a big drop, or a nice amount of a drop. And then what I'm going to do is just zoom out so I can see this whole area, and also I just want to tilt my screen maybe like that, zoom out a bit more, get this in here. I can remove the attributes because we're not going to use that, so we have a bit more screen available. Just go out a little bit more. I think if we do the length of this map, or this field, it will be alright. And now we need to take our right mouse button and just go to replace, because we want to replace the height data to 75 at this spot. So I think what I'm going to do, about from there, I'm going to take the whole map down this edge. I just want to do the edge first, down to 75. Now 75 is going to be a little bit much for here, because you can see I'm going under the terrain, the distant terrain. So I'm going to make that rather 70 or 80. Let's go 80. Let's try that again. Just do it like that. So all I'm doing is I want a start point for the edge, Okay, so 80 is still for this edge. Maybe we can go up here again. So let us do that to 88 maybe. It's definitely going up here. Yeah. So I'm going to just add more terrain here. Okay, so we'll just leave it like that. All right. Okay, so what we do now with the slope tool, guys, or the slope function rather, not the tool. Okay, guys, so how the sloping works is you need two height values. So you need the one that we've set now for the bottom of the valley, I can say, and then we're going to use around the edge of this field for the top value. All right, so the first thing you want to do is you want two buttons assigned to slope. So this, I'm going to use my right mouse button and put that on set slope target. All right, that's the target, and then this top one I'm just going to put to slope. All right, so I'll use the middle mouse to do the actual sloping, and the set slope target is going to be that one there, the right mouse button. So it is as easy as pie. Going to go square on my editing tool, and I'm going to go a bit bigger here. 50 should be, maybe I'll go, yeah, 50 should be all right. So what I first want to do, remember it measures on the center of it. So I'm going to use the right mouse button to click on the bottom, okay, and then you'll see it makes a little dot. The moment I click, it makes a dot. So it's accepted now. That's the bottom of the slope. And now I'm going to use the middle button to slope upwards towards where I'm going to go from the top where I click. I'm going to use the middle button as click and drag towards the red button. So it's going to take from where I am, it's going to measure that height, and then it's going to slope down to that there. You see there's a pink going down straight there, and that's it. And now it's just rinse and repeat. So I found that take your middle just past the middle where you've started, and then click and drag, and it will slope down to the bottom. So we should actually have now moved this one. So we're going to move this down to there with the right mouse button again. Okay, just click once to remove it, and then click again to place it. All right, there it is. And now just rinse and repeat. Click middle mouse button, drag down to the bottom, and that's it. And now, as you can see, it's not very, how can I say, perfect, but yeah, if you just follow the steps, it should be all right. So it's two clicks, one click to remove and one click to place, and then middle mouse click and drag down to the bottom of the slope. There you go. And then two clicks again, one to place and one to remove, or one to remove, one to place, and then middle mouse button click and drag towards that button like so. And now we're just going to keep on doing that like so, and then you're going to have these ridges. They are there. I'm not too sure why they are there, because my opacity, hardness and value I've set to max. I always set that to max when you do hard stuff like this, or rough stuff like this, you know. It's supposed to actually just slope it every time to exactly the same height, but I'm trying my best to be as straightforward as possible, but it's still not going to do it that way. Maybe I should just keep my middle, yeah, I'd still leave that ridge. But the point is, we're going to go there, and now we're going to go replace will be, yeah, I can just leave it like that. I'll smooth it up and rough it up a little bit. So it's just a rough idea of how to slope, you know. Good, so I'm going to leave that slope tool now, for now, and then put my right mouse button onto subtract as usual, and then that one to smooth for the middle, because that's the way I work it, you know. And now we can just come and have a look at the sloping. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff that's not right, but we're going to sort that out with the removal tool, and this corner here is definitely not right. So I'm going to just try and feather this out a little bit. Oh no, that's not good. Just want to bring this down a little bit. It's too rough. It's too rough. like so. And when you use your middle button to smooth, you can max, because it does take a lot of effort to do smoothing. Alright, so let us move out. Like so, and then smoothing again. So if you smooth the terrain, keep on. It's a fairly big process to smooth terrain, you know. So I'm just going to go out a little bit, like so. Get rid of all those ridges and things. So I'm just going to keep on smoothing here. And it does that for some reason sometime. Just want to go here, make sure don't have anything else selected. So I don't know what it did there now, but I'm not too sure if I've got a wireless mouse, you know. I don't know if sometimes this thing's head is going haywire. Look at that now. It suddenly dropped a hole into my map. So if I can just undo that, Control Z. It's not supposed to drop a hole in my map. Or maybe I'm going too fast, you know. I'm not too sure what the problem is. That's a new thing. I haven't noticed that on the previous versions of the editor, you know. It's just a new thing that's happening. And for smoothing, I think the round one, I prefer the round brush. So I'm holding my Alt button in, and I'll press the middle mouse button, and then I can move the map with the middle mouse button held in, you know. I can move the map about from the top, so it makes your thing easier than to switch this off and then back on, you know. So I'll just keep on doing that with the Alt button. So hold the Alt button in if you want to move. Otherwise, all is well. So I'm just going to smooth out all these rough spots on the field. It actually, all this ups and downs and rough things, at the end of the day, it gives a bit of realism to your map, you know, because at the end of the day, no field is like 100% straight and perfect, you know. It's all stuff that is, how can I say, it's stuff that is up and down and rough, so it just brings realism to your map in any way. So it's not that big a deal, you know. Like that now, I've clicked and it didn't do nothing. It is sometimes, I'm not sure if it's the editor or if it's my mouse, but yeah, I do have some issues with the working of these things, you know. So yeah. But the other thing about unsmooth terrain is obviously when you're using large equipment, it does sort of make a problem, you know. So yeah, we've got a very big thing, but luckily the sloping will not be that bad if you smooth it nicely like this. You can obviously now just dab a few, like 1, 2, just to remove some terrain, you know, with the right mouse button to remove or to subtract. So make it less and then smooth it out once again. So it's all a work in progress, you know. Right, I think that is good enough for now. Let's have a quick look at our map, our field. Yeah, that is a very quick down. It's starting to look, like I say, it's nice and rough, but I still smooth it out a little bit. It's just a little bit too rough. And this corner, I'm not very happy with this corner being up that high. However, if I do this, like just one dab, and then smooth it a bit, it should sort this corner. And this pink dot here, that's from the that is from the sloping thing. So if I just go back to set slope target, and then just remove it. Maybe it might be that is the problem that I've been experiencing. I'm not too sure. Like I say, this is all new stuff to me. I haven't used it in the past for too many times, so yeah, it is all a learning process. I'm just going to quickly smooth this area about some more. So if we do this size 50, just make it 100, make it a little bit bigger, so we include a larger area. Oh, there, it's done that again, you see. So I'm not sure why it's doing that. I didn't leave my button. It's just now and then it pops in a hole, for some reason. It's definitely some error in the editor script. I haven't noticed that, like I say, on any previous version of the editor. And whether it's my mouse malfunctioning, I'm also not sure. It's something that I'll need to test if I'm really interested in finding a solution. So anyways, I suppose if I keep on flattening it, or what you call it, smoothing it like this, it will definitely help. Okay, enough time spent on that. I think we've achieved something better, like so. Yeah, I think that is all right. Good. And now I've noticed that I've got some work here on this edge of this thing. I'll sort that out later. It's nothing to worry about now. So I can actually lift this up a tiny bit just to sort of accommodate this edge. So that's all part of the things of fixing a map and getting stuff going. But you shouldn't be too worried about some of the rough stuff like that, because did this now penetrate? Yeah, that's still alright. That's alright. Because we're going to have some stuff on the edges here anyway that will blur your view or block your view. That is alright like that. Good. Alright, guys. So that is now the terrain all sorted and done and fixed up and made nice. So now we can continue with our import and export of the actual map. So in order to do that, I want to go to my place where the map is held, which is in here, and this is the FS19 version of it. So I'm going to open that in 822 once again, like in the previous videos, and then we're going to continue exporting. The last one we exported was the BGA, or was it now the trees? I can't remember now. Was it the trees or was it the BGA? But we will have a look just now when the map is up. I think it was the BGA, if I'm correct. Collapse all. Just go in here. I know we have here the placeholders folder, and there's the BGA, and then lastly we did the trees. So I'm not too sure. We'll see now when that map is opened fully. One thing I quickly wanted to just show you guys again in the attributes window. I haven't set this attribute yet for the placeholder. So we need to go to user attributes, open that up, and then just add a new onCreate there for that folder. So this is a script that's run on the placeholders folder that will exclude everything inside it from the game. So when the map loads in the game, it will not load anything that you place into this folder. And you do that by calling a script. So I'm going to put an onCreate script, and it's going to be a callback. So we're going to add the script called placeholders, like that. Oops, that 3 doesn't belong there. Placeholders dot on create, like that. Dot on create, not comma, it must be a dot. Why isn't? Okay, like that. And then we just leave it as is, and all done and dusted. Alright, so there it is. Now everything in this folder will be excluded from the game, so I can use that as a placeholder, So it's just a placeholder. It's not a real thing in the game. It's a placeholder to give you dimension and also have it in your map, so you don't have blank spots in your map where nothing is located. So you can build around it and make things look nice around it. Good. All right, now that that's out of the way, let's just quickly have a look at the actual map. Yeah, so we did the Tartak, and we did the Budyanki, and we did the BGA. The background we've already done. So map boundaries we don't need. The loading triggers we don't need. Fields. All right, so here comes the nice thing. So we're now going to export our field transform group. Now this has got all the fields on the map. So it is a very simple process. Click on fields, go file, export selection. We don't have to go with files because there's nothing really in the field. So we're going to just go export selection and go into our map. So it's mods, Nevada placeables. And then I'm just going to go here, new folder called fields, like so. And fields. So this is a direct export from the one map to the other map. Okay, so we want to go in here, go file, import, and it should take us to our fields. There it is. And we can just drop that into the gameplay folder because the fields is going to go in there to gameplay, like so. Alright, is it now there? Yes, it is. Now, this original field, I just want to verify. This is the flat maps fields. Just want to verify my scripts, the attributes, the user attributes. So we've got a field util.onCreate that is on the field transforms. Just make sure that is here. Great. So that's the same. And then on our actual fields, we have field dimension index, name indication index, and field angle. So let's just see if we have these here too. We've got the field grass mission as well. I would like to add that as well to my map. It gives the player the ability to go into the editor and select which fields he wants to allow for grass only. Alright, so it forces the NPCs to farm only grass on that field, you know. But the player himself can obviously plow it and in-game plow it and put other stuff, but the NPCs will not be able to do that. So I'm going to show you how to do that attribute or how to add any other attribute. So it's simple and easy. We're going into the actual FS19 version and we open it in the Notepad Plus program just to get that in there. And then we're going to find this thing here called let me just have a look now, a field. So sorry, let's go back here, go right to the top, click there, Control F, and just find the fields transform group. Here it is. Now what we need is field 01 and we want a node ID for field 01. So we copy the node ID and then we're going to find this node ID with the search tool, click find next, and there it is. Now the attributes will be listed there. So you'll see field dimension, field angle, field util, that's an onCreate. So where is that's field util onCreate, that's for the main field transform. Integer integer. I don't see the attribute for field missions. Let me just find that in the actual map. So that's fields, field 1. Sorry man, it's not there. I'm in the wrong map. Oh my word, Farmer Bob has had a blonde moment, guys. Sorry for that. We have to be in our map because it's obviously not in the FS17 or 19 map. So we're going to do the same thing here. Find the fields, transform, and there it is. Field dimensions, corners, field map indicator. Transform for fields. I just want to have a look. That's So take the node of field 01, Control C, drop it in there, and find next. There it is, field grass missions, guys. So it is as simple as the following. So the name of the attribute is field grass mission, and the type is Boolean. Control C. So copy that name, and we just go into our map, like so, and go into every field that's on here, like there, click there, and then go in here, paste that name, so field grass mission, make sure Boolean is selected and add it. Then it gives you for field 01 the option to either select or deselect field grass missions. Alright, so if you do that to every field, you will have the same effect. So all we're going to do, field 2, Control V, and add. You see, so that I'll just have to go through the 22 fields that's on this map and do that. And then once we're done with that, we can delete that fields, because you can only have one fields transform group. Now that we know that all the attributes are set and correct, we can leave that as B. So I'm going to save the map for now, just to be sure, because sometimes you work on a thing and then whoop, your map crashes and you've lost all your work, you know. So a very good tip, save regularly, guys. Alright, so first of all, I want to have a look now at the field script. So let's run the script for this field. So it's scripts and then map and toggle render field areas. Alright, so let's have a look if the fields have been imported. Perfectly. Wonderful. Alright, so our fields are done. That's all it is, all there is to fields setup, guys. So the fields are sorted out and working, so we can now just run that script again to get rid of the field areas. So I'm totally happy with that part of the map, so we can now carry on to the next job. So our next one is done the fields. Trees we've done. Rocks is another thing where I suspect we're going to have problems, because the rocks normally have shaders, and the shaders for the rocks are very dicey. Alright, so let us export those. So we're going to go File, Export with Files, because we want the textures, shaders, the whole lot, guys. And once again, placeables, and I'm going to go to the rocks has got different things, but I'm going to go to the buildings. I wonder if I should create a new folder for that. Let's just create a new folder for props, because there's going to be a lot of props. So I'll put the rocks in there, you know, and then we're going to go rocks like that, save the i3D, and then no for both questions, because we do not want to have anything left in the FS19 map, although sometimes it do happen, like you saw in the previous videos. Right, so import our, oh, I've done it again. Can't import it. I must first open it, because we are extracting directly from FS19. We need to open that what's imported. What is this imported now? Okay, I'm not too sure what this is, but I can't remember making it. That's strange. Alright, placeables. Alright, distant buildings, props, and then now we have to open this up. You see, there's all the textures and that for the rocks, and the shader is a triplanar shader. Rocks, program files, Steam apps, common, Farming Simulator 19 data. There we're going to definitely have to make this directory shorter, because I don't like a long thing like that. Alright, so rocks, placeables, props. Right. Alright, so edit this one for sure. Or let's just first open it up, because and we're going to open in 904 obviously to update the shapes file. That's the very first process of exporting anything from 19, is have it there, because you're going to get quite a few problems normally. Sometimes not, but as you can see, there's materials once again missing, and that's all because of shader problems. So we're going to just save the i3D like it is. Alright, and then right click on it and open it up. Let's have a look. Rocks. When did we have this open? Oh, this is another XML. Good. Alright, as you can see, here's that long directories. So what we will do is take everything away from textures, because textures is data shaders. So from here, that 3 we'll do to textures up to there. So we'll just delete that out of there up to textures. This makes it so much easier. Oh my word, that was wrong. You want to go up to textures. Can easily make a mistake, guys. And then this one we'll take to shaders. Alright. We're going to remove the shader anyway, so let's just leave that for now. Let's just focus on the textures. So we want to take placeables, rocks, program files, Steam maps, common, farming simulator, data, maps. So the textures folder, cut that, Control X, drop down to props, paste it in the root. So there we have textures, alright. And then that one we can delete, because we're going to take that shader. That's the only file that's left there. We're going to take this shader from the $data folder. So it will be $data / FS19 support, like so, / shaders, triplanar shader. So let's just look at the directory and see if it's really there. So let's have a check here. FS22 data support shaders, and then is there a triplanar shader here? Because sometimes there ain't. I don't see it. It's a pretty annoying thing that Windows 11 has got there in the middle of the screen. Tree marker. No, there is definitely nothing there. So we're going to have a look at the actual shaders for FS22. Do they have a triplanar shader? Yeah, there is one in FS22. So it is simple as pie. Just drop that down to shaders, like so. Alright, so it's data shaders, and that's textures. Alright, save that, and let us now reopen our little props rock and see what errors we have now. Remember that triplanar shader is now replaced. Outdated custom shader, please convert version. Props triplanar shader. Why is it using that shader still? Let us just save that. It's not supposed to be using this shader. We deleted that. And then let us go back to this here. Reload it. Yes. Oh, there's another triplanar shader. So we have two. Data shaders, triplanar shader. Why do we have two? Anyway, let's just copy that in there, drop that there, like so, save it up. Maybe that was a custom shader, I don't know. Let's just have a check. Hope it wasn't, but we will quickly find out. We'll quickly find out. So let's just open the rocks. Well, everything is happy. I don't see any problems, but you will notice I'm just going to save this so it will update our XML, reload it, and now the editor has realized that there's two of the same, so he's removed the one and write everything else into that one, you know. So there we go. No need for extra shaders. Good. So let us now quickly have a look at the rocks, if they actually work. Let's just visit the one or two of them, because what's going to happen sometimes, yes, I've seen a lot of these things, they flicker and they do all, yeah, you can see the colors and stuff is all wrong. Good. Okay, so what we're going to do is fix this up. My wife has just brought me some coffee. Thanks, honey. Good. Alright, so when you have problems with the shader, stuff like that will happen. Like for instance, you will notice, let me just focus on here. The shader drops in this weird numbering, whatever things. I'm not sure what they do, but anyway, that's what a rock looks like when, when there's some shader issues on it. I just want to zoom into this one as well. You'll see they're all like that. So it's a simple, once again, thing to try and figure out what the problem is. And sometimes you can fix it, other times you can't. But I suppose if you fix the shader issue on one once again, the rest should follow, you know, and it should all be all right if it is actually a shader thing. But I think from previous issues and that, I can recall that it must be a shader problem. But we're going to have a look at that now. User attributes, not really, but material editing, definitely. Let's have a look at this. So here you can see it's got the triplanar shader running on there, but there's no variation. So I suppose what we need to do is just go in here to rocks, find rock 3, and just have a look at this shader setup here in the actual thing. You see, it's got a variation. Enable project 2 masking, whatever that is. No idea what it is, but yeah, we live and learn. So I have saved everything, so just a matter of selecting. Now there's 2. I better just make sure which one it is, because if you select the wrong thing, it will chuck you out. So it's the bottom one by the looks of it. So let's go to that rock, select the bottom one there. And did that help? Nope, it did not help one single bit. Did give some stuff. Alright, so let's just go back to the map. Find rock 3. Where is rock 3? This is what it looks like in game. It's quite a nice looking rock. So what we want to do is have a check here. What is the setup? So rock set 01 material. That's the very first thing we need to verify, that it has got the right. So rock set 01 material, that's correct. Back to the map, and then let's just check all the. So it's rock set 01 diffuse, 01 specular, and obviously rock set 01 normal. So it's just a matter of going through all of them to make sure that we've got the same stuff here. Diffuse, specular, and normal. That is very strange. I wonder if we select the previous one, the top one there. Nope, nothing helps there. I'm going to have a look a bit. I'll come back to you guys in a bit. Right, guys, I've actually found the problem, I think. But as I promised, I would like to share everything with you, what I discover and figure out. So here we go. We've checked everything here, materials. We've even checked the shape on the attributes. Everything is perfectly all right, except for in the difference in attributes is a little bit different between 29 or FS22 and 19. So if you look at this side on the shapes file, there is a bit more attributes, but all of those is perfectly as it is. There's no problem there that I could find. But if we now navigate to this FS19 one, and always go down, guys, I keep forgetting that these custom textures at the bottom, which needs to be addressed, you know. So here we go. You can see this is from Farming Simulator 19 in the base game. So we should have a Cliffrock DE01, a diffuse, a normal, a specular, or no, this one is grass dirt DE01, and then also grass dirt DE01 normal. So we have 4 textures there that needs to be set up. So let's first look for Cliffrock DE01. So back into our rock, and then you can immediately see the default diffuse, normal and specular, that it's loaded here. That's that numbers you've got, so that's why we have the numbers on there. So what I'm going to do is just grab this over here, drop this in there, and let's look for that. What was that called now? It was Cliffrock DE01 diffuse. That's what we need. Alright, so Cliffrock DE01 DE01 diffuse. There it is, Cliff Rock DE01 diffuse. So we select that, we open that up, click OK. Yeah, you can see that's our problem. We're going to definitely sort this out now. And then this one will be, obviously, it was, the second one was, just want to hold it here, the normal, okay, so it's the diffuse and the normal. I just want to make sure I select the right things, you know. The diffuse, the one normal, click the open there, click OK. There you go. You're going to automatically, immediately see our textures are now fine and looking better. But we're not done. There's 4 of them that we need to add from the original. So the third one is a grass dirt and a diffuse, a grass dirt DE normal. So it's a grass dirt diffuse and a grass dirt normal. I don't know why they have a grass dirt in there, but yeah, it is probably just extra textures. So what we do there is go in there, grass dirt, grass. I'm not too sure where that is situated. There's rocks. I don't have grass dirt. Just got grass stuff in here. Terrain, cliff rock. Oh, here we go. Grass dirt, diffuse and normal. Okay. So there's the one. Sorted. And then now I don't have space to add another one. So there is a difference in the shader between the two. So I just won't have a normal to add to that dirt. And you'll see the rocks is a, we'll have a look. If they're too shiny, we can take off the gloss map, because it does have a gloss map there in the setup. There it is. So if in game they are too shiny, we can sort that out. Alright, so that there is problem fixed of the one rock, and you'll notice that all the other ones on that same setup is also updated. So now we need to move on to another one, rock 5, which is this one. Oh, that's the cliffs. Okay, so the cliffs to a bended. So we're going to have to go the same process on all of them. I'll just do one more with you, and then I'll do the rest on my own. So once again, open it up, go to the LOD. Here's our materials, and we don't have a albedo map on this thing, so this could be a problem. Cliff to a bended. So let's have a look on the game. Cliff to a bended. Cliff to a bended. Right, in there. Once again, you can immediately see we've got quite a bit of stuff, and we don't have we've got a normal, a gloss, and no albedo. Alright. And it's still got, which one? It's got the first one this time. Alright, so just the enable project 2 masking. So we'll go back into our rock here, go to LO1 bended, and then just select the correct this one. Alright, correct thingamabobby there for it. And then now at the bottom, once again, this time we've got 4 of them, so that's good. Oh, we've got 5 of them this time. So let's have a look here how many we have here. We only need 4. Alright, so first things first, Cliff Rock 04 diffuse. So it's the same drill once again. Cliff Rock 04 diffuse. Props. Cliff Rock 04 diffuse. There it is. Okay. And then obviously our second one is Cliff Rock 04 normal, I'm sure. Okay. That should already give you some good looks on your rocks. Cliff Rock 04 normal. Oh, wait a second. I am there. Just want to verify what's the third one. Come on. And then that was the normal. And then this one will be Gross US 01 diffuse and Gross US 01 normal. Alright, so this time around we'll be able to add all 4, you know. So let's go in there, and obviously we'll go in here, Gross US. Now I don't have the Gross US here. That's strange. Okay, then it must be in here. Gross US. There it is. Gross US diffuse. O1 diffuse. Okay. And the last one there will be default normal. So it will be the gross US O1 normal. And I don't know why they've added this one. It's snow specular. All right, so that's something with the shader that needs something for the snow. So let's leave that as is. Oh yeah, beautiful. Look at that now. I love it. And once again, we will leave it as is. If needed, we will sort out that in game. I don't see any other rocks that's got funny marks on them. Or what's that there? Oh, here we go. There's another rock. So we can do that one too. Right, I'll do this one on my own because it's going to all be the same. Just a matter of rerouting all this stuff. So let's get stuck in. Great. Right, guys. So all done and dusted. So I'm just going to save this rocks now. Close it up. And then just one more time. Just reopen to see if there's any errors. If there's no errors, then we are ready to import. Then I think we have won the troubles, you know, console. Make it a bit bigger. Yeah, looks good. Looks good, looks good. Now, sorry, the question now is obviously when we import this now, make sure it's the right one. Open it up, it should pull it in, and now we can see the effects if they are looking good and if they are like glossy at all. I suppose in game it will be a little bit different, you know. This one does definitely look a bit glossy to me. I don't know if it's just the editor and the lighting in the editor, but it does definitely seem glossy. Wonder if I can add a light. Let's just create a light. Let's just have a look. Should shed some more light on it. Where is that light? It's below, so let's just I'm going to leave as is. There is a yeah, it is definitely got some type of a, it looks rainy. But let's let it be. I'll check it out in game later on, you know. If it does look too glossy, then we will definitely get rid of it, the gloss map on it. So like I said, it is easy to get rid of the gloss. You just remove the gloss map. Even this one, it looks wet. It's got a wet look. Maybe it's in fashion, I don't know. You know, it's fashionable. Oh, I remember there's some big rocks here on the mountain. How do they look? They also got this wet look. Definitely not advisable. But anyways, let's just delete that. Good. Yeah, I think that's all right for now. I'll check that in game. So that now is our rocks done. Drop that in the folder for the map. All sorted out. And slowly but surely, one thing at a time, our map is taking shape, guys. All at once. Great. Right, guys, so the rest of the placeables on the map, or all the stuff, is all just stuff that needs to be added, you know, one at a time. So export, import. So it's a rinse and repeat thing of what we've already done. I'm going to do a lot of them. If there is something interesting that we haven't already gone through in any of the other videos, I will definitely stop and work through that with you guys. But as the meantime, it's just a matter of exporting and importing, fixing all the texture issues and shaders and whatever as we've already done. So I'll carry on until until we see something different. Okay, cheers. Yes, guys, so what we will do in the next video, we will do all the placeables, the cow barns, and we will start with it. I don't think it will all be in one video. I don't know. There is quite a few. If you open the map, you can have a look at your items.xml, default items.xml for FS19. In FS22, it is the placeables.xml. So, yeah, I must say, I think the map came out very nice. There's docks and everything here. Very beautiful. I really spent a lot of time on this map, you know, to make this map. Oh, and this water planes are not the same height if I look at that. Yep, I need to align that too. So tiny little few jobs. It helps to look around a bit when you've imported stuff, you know. I've just been focusing heavy on getting the job done, you know. So yeah, so now I can just bring this water plane down up to the point where it sort of aligns with that one, and then when you look from this side, you shouldn't be able to see a difference, you know. So if I select that water plane again, it was water plane 7. Yeah, great. Yeah, no, definitely much better. And now also the boats might be they are all in the air, so it might be that it still needs to, I think what needs to happen is this one was on the right height and the other one was not, you know. So let me just verify the boats. It looks like these boats are sinking now. Yeah, a bit deep. So it is both of them, you know. So I think I'll align it this side with the boats, like so. Yeah, I think around about there will be all right. Yeah. Yes, good. And then obviously the other side I will just bring up as well, up to height. Grab that one. Yeah, it's definitely this one. Maybe my original map was not aligned very nicely in the so I'm just gonna bring that down a little bit because it is definitely, so I'll just have to do the boats again. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys. Have an awesome day, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care, man. Cheers.